Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a first impressions over a new foundation. Today we are talking about and reviewing the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundations. This does have SPF 15 in it, which I guess you can look at that as being a good thing or a bad thing depending on if you're going to be taking flash photos. It says it's up to 24-hour foundation. I'm in the shade 205 Natural Beige. I have not tried this before, so I don't know if this is the right shade, but it looks like a pretty good match for me. It says radiant finish for normal to dry skin, and it's supposed to be hydrating. It says it is supposed to be a medium coverage and have an air-light texture, so that's really cool. And I believe this was about $12.99 at Walmart. I already moisturized and primed my skin, so I'm going to go ahead and apply it with the Dampen Beauty Blender. I'm pouring it on the back of my hand, and it does seem like a really good match for me. It's a nice, just neutral undertone. I'm going to go ahead and start applying this. It is very runny. It's really funny because I do have like mildly oily skin. Like I don't usually get shiny or oily throughout the day or anything. With some foundations I do. I will say with like the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, I get extremely shiny, and usually I like hydrating foundations for one because it kind of helps you avoid cake face and like powderiness, because if they're hydrating then you're not really going to have a big problem with that usually. So I'm all about the glow life. I am a highlighter and a glowy whore. Actually, I mean, I'm not a whore, but I'm a highlighter whore. But I guess it was kind of bad to say I was a glowy whore because then, no. So far, it looks like it is a pretty good coverage. It seems to be a medium coverage right off the bat. I'm going to go in with a second layer and see if this is buildable. I think on the other side, I'm going to go in with a brush to see if it applies better, see if it applies faster. Because I feel like I'm using a lot of product right now to get the coverage I want, because usually I like a full coverage. So right off the bat, it does have just a really subtle radiant glow. I will say it's a very nice radiant finish, so I'm liking it so far. Doesn't feel heavy or anything. It feels very lightweight, so far so good. But I'm gonna go ahead and go in for a second layer. By the way, if you guys like this eye look that I'm wearing, let me know in the comments below and I will do a tutorial over it. So I'm very impressed so far. I love the finish, I love the coverage, I love how easily it blends into the skin. It just meshes into the skin so beautifully. It doesn't seem to actually sit on top like a mask. So yeah, so far so good. So I'm going to go in with a brush now. I'm going to use the Morphe MB5 brush. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some more out in the back of my hand. Here is what the consistency looks like. As you can see, it is kind of running down my hand, so it's very liquidy. So let's go ahead and apply it on this side. Oh yeah, already I'm getting better coverage on this side with less product. Okay, so that is it for the application, and I am very impressed so far. Okay guys, so I'm done with the rest of my face, and a few things I want to go ahead and mention right off the bat that I noticed. So the first thing being that the glow and the radiance of the foundation does show through even after powdering, which is very weird to find a glowy foundation that actually stays looking glowy. I will say that could be a blessing or a curse depending on what kind of skin you have. If you have normal or dry skin, then I think that's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a blessing for you. But if you have oily skin like I do, it may possibly be a curse in a sense, because I mean my skin looks really good right now, but it almost looks a little bit shiny in my T-zone. But honestly, I mean, I didn't go into this thinking that a glowy foundation would not look oily on me. So I also put on a very minimal amount of highlighter, and I didn't put it on in like my T-zone. I just put it on my cheekbones because I really want to see if I get shiny or oily throughout the day, and sometimes highlighter can mask that. So yeah, but so far so good. My skin looks very radiant. It looks very healthy. It's not overly dewy or overly glowy. I think it's just a good amount of radiance. So yeah, it is now 7:41 in the morning. I won't be able to check back in throughout the day because I'll be at school until about 4:30. But when I get home around 5, I will do an update. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I will see you guys in about 8 hours. Mwah. Hey guys, I am back for my final check-in of the day. It's about 5:15 right now. So yeah, today has been an extremely long day. I'm ready to take my makeup off. I couldn't even stand for my hair to be down for another second, and to have those stupid people person clothes on, I couldn't do it. So I popped on my pajamas, threw my hair up in a nasty bun, and that's all you're getting right now. So first of all, I think this foundation is really good, and I honestly haven't found a foundation quite like it from the drugstore. As I said earlier, I have oily skin, but usually I don't have a problem with getting like shiny looking throughout the day or anything. it's kind of a no-brainer, I guess, that this is going to be better for dry skin because it is hydrating, it is glowy, and I do notice some shine in my T-zone. So I think I started noticing the shine around maybe noon or so. Like, today's been a really long day. I would have been okay if it just now started looking kind of shiny and oily, but it did start, you know, fairly kind of early in the day for me. This does not look cakey or thick or heavy on my skin whatsoever. It actually looks very, very natural. It is not settled in my pores or my fine lines or anything. You can actually see my skin, and it's actually, it feels like it's breathing. There's definitely still a glow coming from my skin, and it kind of borderlines being shiny and being oily, but it's closer to just looking glowy and radiant. However, let's talk about some cons now. First of all, I've been annoyed with my makeup all day today. And I think I'm mostly to blame for that because I'm trying a new like under eye primer. I've never tried an under eye primer before, but I'm trying the e.l.f. hydrating under eye primer. You can see my dark circles, and I'm wearing blue eye makeup today, and it's just like flopping down onto my under eye area, and it's just not making the situation better. Also, it is kind of transferable, but not super transferable either. Like when I touch my hands to my face, I can't see makeup on it, but I did lay my head down on a white desk today, and there was quite a bit of makeup on it. Also, I blotted my skin with some tissue paper today just to see if a lot of makeup would come off, to actually test if it was transferable or not, and a lot of makeup was on that little tissue, guys. And I don't know if that was more oil or makeup, so I'm not really sure about that, but it did transfer something. I don't know, I just shouldn't have used a new product on top of a new product. Like, I shouldn't have used that under eye primer at all. That was really stupid of me. Another con I see is that I do have quite a bit of fading. So like my blush, my highlight, my bronzer, it's fading quite a bit. It's just kind of fading away very flawlessly to where it doesn't, like, it looks like I did it on purpose. Like, it looks like that's how I applied it. But I want to like this foundation so much that I'm going to do a second impressions on it tomorrow. I'm not going to, you know, show you guys how it looks in the morning or, you know, take you throughout my day or anything. I'm just going to apply it the same way in the morning, wear it all day for the same length of time, and then come back when I get home tomorrow just like I did today. So I will see you guys tomorrow for my second impression. Mwah. Hey guys, so welcome back to day 2 of trying the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. Today I'm going to give you guys my second impression, and I'm going to try to make this pretty quick so that this video isn't too long, but it is almost 5 o'clock. It's about 10 till 5 right now. I've had this foundation on again today since about 7:15 this morning, so it's had a really, really good wear test again today. So the results I have today are a little bit better than what they were yesterday. I did change up my primer, my setting spray, the setting powders I used. I didn't use that god-awful under-eye primer. I'm not as oily and shiny in my T-zone. I actually look quite normal today. I did bake my under-eye area just to ensure that I didn't have the same problem I did yesterday. The only thing I will say is that I still noticed quite a bit of fading as far as like where my bronzer is and below. But I think that if I baked under my bronzer and maybe even my T-zone, I think that would kind of get rid of all the problems I've been having with this foundation. And this morning I didn't put on a whole lot of highlighter, and again I only put it on my cheekbones, but I didn't layer it on like I usually do. But it's still pretty intense. It has faded a little bit, but my blush has faded a little bit. It's not as intense as I would like. Now let's go ahead and answer the golden questions that everyone wants to know, but I'm pretty sure I've already answered it basically. So who is this foundation going to be good for? If you have dry skin or mature skin, I think this is going to be absolutely amazing. If you have extremely oily skin and you have a really big problem with getting shiny throughout the day, I don't think that you're going to be able to make this work for you. Like I said, I'm not super oily, so I think that's the reason why I can make this work for me. But I love pretty much every single thing about this foundation except the wear time, and that could be because I have oily skin and that's why it's breaking down sooner than maybe what it would if you have another skin type. But I will say I didn't start noticing a whole lot of fading or anything until maybe like the 6 or 7 hour mark. So, I mean, that's technically a pretty good wear time. Also, I feel like if I use a setting spray multiple times a day, like if I set it in the morning and then maybe I sprayed it one more time like midway through the day, I think that would help me a lot too. As you guys can see, I'm trying extremely hard. Like, I'm trying every variable possible. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments below if you tried this foundation and what kind of skin you have, how it worked for you, all that good stuff. That is it for this first impression / second impression video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you like me doing second impressions of things, maybe we can make this a new thing. Like, instead of doing like first impressions over products, we can do second impressions. And I will post any updates I have in the description box below for you guys, and probably on Instagram as well. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. A thumbs up if you like this video. subscribe, follow me on all my social media. All the links are below. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah.